to Septemberfest 2024. So for anyone who doesn't know me, my name is Shelby Stewart Solden and I'm a reporter for the Citizen newspaper. I'd like to take a second to introduce the rest of our team since none of them wanted to stand on stage with me and talk into a microphone. So if you could stand or wave when I introduce you. Over here we have David Fleet, our editor. And hiding in the stands over there is Eric Lewis, our ad manager. All right, we'll have a couple others joining us. We got Patrick McAbee, our photographer. And a couple more will be joining us at our booth later on this afternoon. So, for 24 years, the Citizen newspaper has honored a member of the Brandon-Ortonville community who has dedicated their time and efforts to the betterment of this community and its residents. Someone who goes above and beyond in their work or volunteerism. There's a couple of past Citizens of the Year sitting out in the audience, and also one standing over here, Ms. Fran Hotchkiss. We received several nominations this year, and unsurprisingly, they were all for the same person. Yay! Personally, I've gotten to know Dennis over the 7 years I've been with the Citizen, as he stops in about once a week to chat, both as the VFW commander and as a friend. I've seen him acquire headstones for 2 veterans who were laid to rest with a wooden board on a wire, making 6 attempts to do so. He helped return medals to a veteran's children, which had been stolen from their father's home following his death. And he helped start wreaths across Ortonville to honor the veterans in the local cemeteries. All of that while he took care of Peggy, his beautiful wife, which I know is one of the hardest things a person can do for someone they love. To help me present this award, I would like to ask one of his nominators, Ms. Fran Hotchkiss, to say a few words.
Thank you. It's a huge honor to be able to help present you with your the 2024 Citizen of the Year Award, Dennis, because I can't think of anyone more deserving. You are an amazing man. Thank you for the service you've given to our country and our community, and you're such a leader, and you're one of the most humble men I know. You just do so much daily by supporting everyone in the community. You work so hard with the veterans and supporting the wonderful veterans and donating money to OSEF and the Purple Heart Trail, getting that recognized for Ortonville. And boy, you're just such a treasure and a blessing, and I know Peggy is here smiling on you and so proud of you. And Miss Robin is here too in spirit. She wanted to be here. I have to give you a big hug from her. But anyway, I will give the microphone to you, and I'm so, so proud of you, and thanks for all that you do.
Thank you. First, I'd like to thank 3 of my nominators that I know were Robin, Fran, and Mary. And they help whenever I need something for the VFW. Fran and her group at the library, they correct our Patriots Pen, which is an essay contest for the middle schoolers. And Robin, whenever she needs to take pictures for me, she takes pictures and sends them to me. And Mary, my neighbor, she always checks on me, makes sure I'm still doing okay. She looks for the bathroom light on. If you don't see it, she texts me. 30 minutes later, if I don't answer, she calls me. Then another 30 minutes, if I don't answer that, she comes knocking on the door. Yeah. It's quite an honor being nominated and chosen as Citizen of the Year. The last month's been a tough one, losing my wife Peggy after 54 years. But I know she's looking down on me, and very proud for the award of being Citizen of the Year. I took over the VFW commander job in 2014, and I've been, I guess it's going to be a lifetime proposition from what everybody tells me. But since then, we try to get more involved in the schools and the community when I become commander. The other, we were just sort of getting by, and we needed more involvement in the community, more involvement in the schools. So we brought back the Patriots Pen in the middle schools. It had been dropped A couple years before that, nobody wanted to take the time to get the essays to the middle school and stuff. We also started Teacher of the Year for all 3 of the schools. At least some people are noticing what I'm doing. So I want to thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm just glad I'm still able to help the people. You know, a lot of veterans aren't able to help themselves and even, you know, care for themselves. And there's a lot, you know, there's plenty of them in the community. And, you know, I know a couple right now that are post members that I'm trying to help. And, you know, a couple of them have got a couple letters about thinking about suicide because they think they're worthless. And I try to instill in their minds that I says, you're an important person to the community, and just keep thinking about yourself, and eventually people will recognize you as a person.
Congratulations and
Thank you. Thank you.
Music for the next hour here. I just hope we can be a blessing to you, and I hope you enjoy it. All right, here we go. My singers ready? Ready. Yep. Let's go. Ooh, I've got a story too good to hide. I was a blind man wondering till I started lying. I've got a story I can't deny. I'm a fucking talking here, I gotta testify. Hey, ain't nobody love me like Jesus. Ain't nobody love me as good. Ain't nobody love me like Jesus.
Kip, we're looking at 26 Ford, which is obviously something that you've spent some time building.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about the car.
Well, I started out looking for an engine. I wanted a Chrysler engine. I found that out in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. And we brought it home, and I essentially built the car around it.
Would this be considered a roadster?
Yes, it's a roadster.
So the 20s is probably the best time for chassis for roadsters? Is that the way that worked?
Well, most of the 20s and the early 30s had some pretty nicely shaped roadsters that make nice hot rods.
To get the car in this shape, how long did it take you? How many man hours you got into it?
2000.
Wow, that's a lot of time. How much money? Can I be nosy?
Uh,
More than you care to admit.
well, it's about, yeah, big stick. About $15,000.
Okay.
But it's cheaper than golf. It's cheaper than the bar. It's cheaper than going to the movies these days.
Okay.
And I end up with a car.
Beautiful car. Thank you very much.
All right.
Great looking color.
Thank you.
Tom, you've got what looks like a truck cab here. Is that fair?
It's a 1950 GMC cab over engine.
Everybody else does cars. You're doing trucks. Is there a reason why?
I love trucks. Trucks is my thing, but it's got a later model 1-ton chassis under it and a 5.3 LS motor. And
Is there a particular reason trucks versus cars?
I just like trucks.
Okay.
I'm doing a 1950 Ford right now, truck.
Is this an avocation or obsession?
It's all my life.
So it's an obsession.
I've been a mechanic all my life. That's what I did for a living. And
Matte black, am I correct?
Yep.
Why
Yep.
matte black versus shiny?
I just like the way they look.
Okay.
With all the chrome and stuff, I think it really is. It stands out.
And you're obviously a fan of the Joker.
Oh, that's
Gotta
one
make
my
sure you
wife
get me there.
painted for me. She
All right.
she painted that up, and that's my shift lever over on the left side.
How often does this? How many miles a year do you drive this?
Oh, I'd say, I don't know, 1,000, I guess.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But it's on air. You know, I have to raise it to drive it, but. And then
And the other question is, visor, for lack of a better term.
I like the way they look. That's a 50s Fulton visor, and they really work. They keep the sun out, and you can see fairly well. I've got a prism in there for when you get up to a stoplight and stuff.
They don't have them in modern cars. Why? Safety, probably.
Yeah,
Right?
probably.
Okay. All right. Thank you. We're talking with Bob Patricia, and Bob, you've got this really interesting, I guess an old Woody. Talk to a little bit about the car.
It's a 1948 Ford Woody. I have wanted one of these since 1968. I had 4 children. We used to do a little bit of camping, and we had a small camper trailer, so I kind of wanted a Woody. It'd be kind of neat pulling the camper trailer. And I ended up buying one. I found one in Lake Orion. I drove it home, and like most guys, we're really good at taking stuff apart, but we're really slow about putting things back together. I disassembled this Woody and decided I didn't have enough knowledge or money to do it at that time, so we put it in storage, and we were going to wait for the bright day to come. Well, as my kids got older and the years went by, it just languished.
Right.
Probably in 2004, maybe 2003, we were at the Nats South down in Knoxville, Tennessee, and there was a Woody there, a 48 Ford Woody that Johnson's Hot Rod Shop out of Gadsden, Alabama had built. I fell in love with that Woody again. God, I loved it. 2 years later, that car come up at an auction in Scottsdale, Arizona, Barrett-Jackson. So we went to Barrett-Jackson. Well, in order to bid, you have to have, gosh, I don't know what I want to say, a card, but you have to get pre-approved for the amount of money that you're willing to bid. So we had...
Guaranteed bank.
Guaranteed, yeah. So I had been to my bank, and I talked to him, and I got okayed for $125,000. So I was willing to pay $125,000 back in 2004 for this car. And once my wife heard that I had that, she told me, said, Robert, you are not spending $125,000 on a car.
For obvious reasons.
I said, well, okay. So we, a friend of mine took a car down there for the auction, and hey, Bob. Hi, hon, how are you? We have some friends spend the winter in Arizona, so we went down visited them one day, and coming home from them, it was raining out, and my wife has got her index finger running around a diamond tennis bracelet on her wrist. And I goes, I said, that car is a lot like that tennis bracelet. What do you mean? I said, well, how many of them do you have? She saw a couple of them. I said, I think you've got 4 of them. And I said, you didn't need them, but we could afford it, so we ended up buying them. And I said the same thing with the car. Yeah, we don't need it, but we can't afford $125,000. Okay. Robert, you are not spending $125,000 on a car. So Saturday, early morning, they bring this car up, is coming up on the stage, and I said, come on. I said, I might need a little help. She said, no, you don't. And I said, well, then today is the day that we can mark it down. She said, mark down what? I said, this is the first time that we've been married 40 years and you've told me no. She said, how much have you been approved for? I said, $125. Don't spend 1 penny more than $125. I said, well, I can't.
Right.
So so she did. She kind of caved at the last minute. But the car went for $195. And
so you started this one.
So I found this one in Hemmings Motor News. A guy in Plainfield, Illinois owned it. And so we went over and looked at it. And when I walked in his garage, I thought, that's the Woody that I've always wanted.
Okay.
So I said, we ended up buying it. And
so let me ask some practical questions. You obviously have wood doors.
Yes.
They put wood doors on these cars in the 40s.
Yes.
Was that? I mean, obviously it's a design factor, but they're not safe, are they?
No, not at all.
I mean,
not at all.
So it's just strictly an enhancement, a beauty enhancement.
Yeah.
Okay. How much work do you have into this? How many hours?
Oh, I have no idea. We've got a full 4 years in it.
Okay, less than $125,000 though.
It's got to be real close to that. It's got to be real close to that.
All right.
But it was spent over now and
I understand.
Over 4 years. It wasn't so bad.
Thank
but again, I had a phenomenal wife. I had a phenomenal, never told me no.